All right, so up next, I'm going to call Brad Hayhoe of BASF up to present on a Habitat Aqua update. Brad oversees the BASF Professional and Specialty Solutions business within Canada, including vegetation management, turf, greenhouse, and pest control. Brad is passionate about bringing new products to market and servicing the smaller segments of the market. Being with BASF for 18 years has given him a broad understanding of how to get things done within BASF and in the industry. So welcome, Brad, and I'll let you take it away. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. It's great to be here again. This is one of my stops for the year, and I always enjoy seeing all you guys here. But it does seem like a lifetime since we kind of saw each other back in maybe in London back in 2019. So anyways, hope everybody's doing well. I wanted to take a few minutes today of your time just to kind of go through how so we're 2 years in. As Tom mentioned, we're probably 1 year into some larger scale applications, and I just wanted to show everybody kind of what's going on and give them a reminder on what the products are and what they do. So 2 seconds, there we go. So we're going to talk a little bit about the history, a little bit of the physiology of frag and why that's important and able to treat them. And then I'm just going to give an example of a really happy customer who used it, I guess it was 2 years ago, and saw results in 2022. So if you probably remember back in 2019 when I told you that it was coming. In 2018 I told you it was coming. 2019 I told you it was coming, and 2020 it came, and pretty excited about that. We do have 2 Imazapyr products. One is Habitat Aqua, which is for use over water, right? It's the second. I believe there's 2 that are approved in Canada for over water use, and this is the only one for frag that I know of. And then it has a sister product called Arsenal Powerline, and it is the same active ingredient, but it's formulated for over the land. So those are the 2 products. Same active ingredient, different use sites. So you would never want to use Arsenal Powerline over the water, right? Habitat Aqua is specially formulated for that use. I always want to throw up this slide here just for a brief time. A lot of the comments I get is about the cost, and I understand that it's expensive, but I also people need to know the cost of bringing a product like this to market. You can kind of see that it takes about 10 years. An active ingredient takes about $300 million. It's probably more than that now today, but in general, it's very well studied, right? We look at all the different aspects. So we would do similar testing as a drug would test when for coming to market, but the other we add on top of that, we add on environmental effects, right? So which a drug doesn't, like a drug that you would use wouldn't take into consideration, right? So lots of studying and science goes into these products. Okay, so just a little bit of reminder about the product. It is a restricted use product, right? It is for use over water. We want to be really careful about how it is used and to make sure that there's no environmental impacts and also impacts to non-targeted species here. So it can only be used by certified aquatic applicators, and it needs to be used it needs to be properly permitted and all that sort of thing. It is a group 2, which is an ALS. It acts on a specific enzyme that are only found in plants, right? So it's been around for a long time, this active ingredient, over 20 years. As I mentioned, it's specially developed for over water, and the rate use is 3 liters to 4.6 liters per hectare. And I think the thing to point out here is like when you use imazapyr, you use less active ingredient than a glyphosate, right? Which is a significantly higher rate use. Okay. And then the other thing that's important that you use is you use AquaSurf. It is the only surfactant that is available or registered in Canada for overwater use. And this product needs a surfactant to go with it. Basically, what a surfactant does, it opens up the pores and allows the active ingredient to get into the plant. Okay, just I think it's good also just to remind everybody that imazapyr is very safe, right? It's targeted at enzymes that are only found in plants, not humans, not reptiles, not anything else but plants, right? And it is very safe from a toxicological point of view. It has low toxicity to mammals, birds, and vertebrates. Doesn't bioaccumulate in organisms. All that's been tested. Basically, when you look at a lethal dose there, you need 5,000 milligrams to be a lethal dose, which is less than salt, right? So in general, a very, what we would consider safe product. And then in water, it degrades with very quickly, actually, with light. And in the soil, it's broken down by microbes. The watch out with that is because it works on the enzyme in every plant, it kills plants, right? And it also will kill desirable trees, right? So you want to be really careful around plants that you want to keep, right? And then the other thing is we're always a little bit afraid of is you picking it up with the water and spraying it on your lawn or spraying it on probably even worse, an agricultural setting, because that molecule will also kill soybeans or corn or things like that. So we want to be careful. That's why there's potable water restrictions and irrigation restrictions. So here is the example I was talking about. It was applied in September of 2021 in Durham, Ontario. You can see a couple of things I want to kind of point out that are really key to this, right? You can see the liquid coming out of the sprayer here. He's got a submersible pump. He's got a pressure washer about 3,500 PSI, but he's up on a pedestal. You need to be coming down on the Phragmites. You need a little bit of elevation in order to get the coverage that you need. So you need the water volume and you need the coverage. Right, and that's how this gentleman here is actually getting the coverage. He's getting up high and he's using plenty of water. Okay, and that's all laid out in the label. But you can kind of see how thick the vegetation was. He did that in September 2021. And one thing I haven't mentioned is the real application for this is August, September, and then maybe a little bit into October, a little bit before it starts yellowing. Okay, because then the plant is starting to pull nutrients back into the stolons. Then what he did was he basically, when it was winter time, he went out on the ice and he cut down all the Phragmites, and you can see the result of that. He got 100% control on his 5-acre lake. It was 100% contained, and he thought it was, he was really super happy with the results there. You can kind of see there's nothing left there. And I talked to him at the end of the year and he was still frag free. So he was super happy. He said that worked better than he expected it to. And it was well worth the expense there for him anyway. So I think that's the end of my little talk. I'm trying to keep her 10 minutes. And, oh, the one thing I did want to ask is we're still, I would say, and I know people are figuring out permits and all that sort of thing. And we're still probably on the low end of where we think our sales would be. And I'd be interested if people put into the chat a little bit on what's holding them back from using Habitat Aqua. The price is the price. I mean, there's not much I can do there, but is there anything else that is really holding you back from using the product? Is the pack size too big, or do you need help doing permits, or don't know who will apply it? There's not enough applicators. I'd be interested to hear what people say on that front. And that's the end.
Great. Thank you so much, Brad. There are a couple of questions, but I'm going to have Vicki